Swaraj Mobelpur to the dais. I extend my invite to our founder director ma'am, Mrs. Nadia Mobelpur to the dais. And I would also like to welcome our principal, Mrs. Simita Panda to the dais. Education is not just the acquisition of knowledge, but also the formation of character. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we now have the presentation of the school annual report by our principal, Mrs. Simita Panda. I will just give a brief introduction of ma'am. Is a dedicated educationist. Children are the prime focus of all her efforts and work. She really believes that real education is way beyond books. Appointed as the principal of Blossoms in August 2018, Madam has always appreciated and instilled new thoughts and ideas in the classroom learning as well as the on-field learning. She has completed her schooling from St. Joseph Convent School, Bhubaneswar, graduation from Zoology Honours in which she stood third in Utkal University, and after that she has done her post-graduation in again Zoology and received the third rank from Utkal University. Ma'am has also completed her B.Ed degree. She has devoted over 2 decades of her life in the field of education. During this time, she has worked and gained rich experiences in institutions like BJEM School, United DAV Public School and St. Xavier's High School. In Blossoms, she had earlier been a teacher and a coordinator, and again she headed the Blossom School editorial board of the annual magazine Reflections for many years. Ma'am has also received the Most Active Coordinator Award for the year 2018 awarded by the National Schools Award in New Delhi. Ma'am, waiting for you for the annual report.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Samisha, ma'am. That was really too much. Good evening and a warm welcome to all of you to this August gathering. I'm really sorry there was a little bit of delay, but as it is always said, all's well that ends well. So I would like to start my annual report. Before that, I would just tell a few words regarding our theme for the 39th annual day celebration. It is SVAVALAMBANA, the New Horizon. It is actually on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It's a pan-India celebration for 75 years of independence. So this SVAVALAMBANA is a vision of new India so that we can be self-reliant in all sectors. So this was a small contribution from Blossom School to make everyone aware of self-reliant India. So now I would be going ahead with my annual report. I'm very fortunate to be giving you the annual report for the session 2021-2022. Excellence in education is when we do everything that we can to make sure they become everything that they can. We strive for excellence in each and every effort taken so as to achieve transcendence. Blossoms has been stepping from success to success all through the years since its humble beginning in 1984 as a kindergarten school, and the past year has been no exception. We have done excellently well in academics and non-academic areas. Blossoms presents this report to highlight its achievements made during the year gone by and at the same time set the path for greater accomplishments in the years to come. The session 2021 was a hybrid session, a mixed blend of virtual and physical platform, and it remained a successful one with many innovative ideas becoming concrete. With pleasure, I present in a nutshell the highlights of the session. Virtual classes were held in Zoom and Google Meet. The 40-minute sessions made everyone smart, techno-savvies, dealing with the students almost like the physical classroom. Teachers are undergoing a process of continuous development by undertaking a number of training sessions on different portals of CBSE. The vision of Blossom School is to make every child a conscious subject of his or her own growth. The mission is a child is as a mind rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom. The philosophy of Blossom School is it is committed to imparting quality education. The students are taught in such a way that they improve their self-discipline in work, play, in being responsible, strategic thinking, good conduct, team skills, community service, and volunteerism, managing conflicts, aesthetic sense, in appreciating nature and being creative. The children are taught to be honest, to be a good human being, to care and respect others, and to love fellow human beings. These moral values are essential to support the staff, parents, and the society. Recognition, CBSE affiliation. It gives us immense pleasure to inform you that Blossom School has received the Certificate of Recognition for Elementary Education, NOC for Secondary Education, and extension of CBSE affiliation till the year 2024. The staff of Blossom family, the faculty at Blossoms comprises of well-qualified, learned, and empathetic teachers with a desire to share the love of their subjects with the students. We are fortunate to have teachers with eagerness to improvise and adapt to new challenges and demands so as to bring out the best in their students. The CBSE board exam. Blossoms has received immense success in the board exam 2022. All the Blossomites have passed in first division, and the school's topper was Sailatirtha Shivapriya, who scored 96%. As always, we have 100% pass. Almost in every subject, we have our Blossomites securing more than 95%, and in social science, Swarup Ranjan Samal has achieved 100%. Parents-teacher meeting activities, regular PTMs were conducted throughout the year. It offered a great platform to both parents and teachers to share insights and information for the development of the children. Academics is the core focus at Blossoms. All the possible efforts have been taken, and we will continue to take to ensure academic excellence in our school. Online and offline classes, as I had mentioned earlier, the academic year 2021-2022 commenced with the exclusive online classes initially, and later a hybrid model of online as well as face-to-face classes were introduced. Detailed guidelines were issued by the health authority to be followed during the pandemic. The school curriculum. The curriculum was modified for online classes. Rigorous curriculum modification took place for kindergarten section. The curriculum was modified, revised, and enriched to enhance the quality. Later, when the face-to-face classes started, emphasis were given to the theme-based teaching with lots of importance on speaking skills along with other skills. Also, enough focus was given on fun activities such as art, dance, music classes along with physical education. For grade 1 to grade 8, curriculum was developed in such a way that it ensured of meeting the needs of our students. It was rigorously revised and enriched to make students more competent to face future exams. For standard 9 and 10, CBSE had modified the curriculum keeping the pandemic in mind. Art integration. CBSE introduced the concept of art integration in the National Education Policy. In a circular by CBSE to all affiliated schools, were supposed to integrate art in such a manner to make learning joyful. The liberty to choose any kind of art form, whether visual or performing art, opened varied fields for students to explore. The assessment system, Blossoms has established a robust assessment system across all the grades. Our assessment helps in enhancing students' achievement and progress. Subject enrichment activities. Subject enrichment activities aimed at understanding and the skill development of children. These activities permitted students to apply knowledge to the next level. It sustained the enthusiasm of students to put their best foot forward. Quality assurance in teaching. Education and excellence in education and fostering the love of learning is the hallmark of Blossom Schools. Our staff of dedicated and sincere teachers are working to improve the academic standards of both the pre-primary, primary and secondary sections. Efforts are made to promote the holistic development of students, encouraging them to participate in both curricular and co-curricular activities. Students' enrichment programs. Just like every year in the year 2021-2022, our students actively participated in all the school activities and events, but with a difference, that is in the virtual mode. These included drawing and poster making event, greeting card making event in the pre-primary and primary sections. Festivals and celebrations like Holi, Christmas, Raksha Bandhan, Ganesh Festival and many more were also an integral part of students' development. The school library. The school library is a center that provides a range of learning opportunities for students as well as teachers with a flair for reading and knowledge. In addition to classroom visits with collaborating teachers, the school library also serves as a learning space for students to do independent work on writings and project works. Science laboratory. Effective teaching and learning in science involves a perpetual state of show and tell. Our school combines classroom teaching with laboratory experiments from beginning of secondary level itself, so the students are able to grasp each and every concept thoroughly. It's also believed that laboratory teaching and experiments that are conducted there will help encourage a deeper understanding in children. Children are able to retain knowledge for much longer when they see the experiments being performed in front of them. The computer laboratory. Blossoms has a well-equipped computer laboratory containing 20 computers in the ground floor. This lab plays an important role in understanding the computer programming and making programs on their own. School assemblies. School assemblies provide ample of opportunities for all our students to come forth with self-courage and express their abilities of public speaking, reading, thought sharing, etc. More emphasis is given on virtues where the students learn as well as understand the various human virtues. Co-curricular activities. Blossoms not only focuses upon the intellectual development of our future generation, but also takes care of their emotional and behavioral development in the early ages of development by inculcating sound moral values, responsibilities and social awareness. We are doing it through different co-curricular activities and school celebrations. During the academic year 2021-2022, we have conducted many events in various categories in kindergarten, primary and secondary level in the virtual mode, like Utkal Divas, World Health Day, Odia New Year, Earth Day, webinar series on in-house teachers training, kindergarten kiddies bonding time, I'm glad to be me, summer activities, art integration learning, World Environment Day, Khana Khazana, Father's Day, International Yoga Day, One Mahotsav, Eye Health Awareness at Navonmesh, 75th Independence Day, Seed Ball Plantation, Virtual Education Tour, Teachers Day, International Day of Peace, Gandhi Jayanti, Animal Day by Kindergarten, Grandparents' Day, Diwali celebration, Children's Day, 38th Foundation Day, Fruits and Veggies Week by Kindergarten, National Mathematics Day, Christmas Craft, Generosity Day, Winter Carnival, 73rd Republic Day, Junior Youth Empowerment Program, Thanksgiving to the support staff, graduation ceremony, International Women's Day, and many, many more. And we have also performed various CBSE activities instructed by the CBSE through their notifications and circulars, like Pariksha Pe Charcha, Ganga Quest, Teachers Got Competency-Based Education, Say No to Tobacco, Delhi Prant Paryavaran Pratiyogita, Kargil Divas, Rashtragan, Sadbhavana Divas, National Sports Day, Vigilance Awareness Week, Unity Day, Poshan Ma, National Education Day, Constitution Day, Armed Forces Flag Day, animation creating awareness on what to do in case of finding suspicious things in public place by DRDO, postcard campaign by the Government of India, webinar on National Girl Child Day, inter-school painting competition, Matrubhasha Divas, the way to stay connected with our roots. The Navonmesh 5.0, the annual science exhibition Navonmesh 5.0 was held in the online mode, which showcased the projects, models and other activities done by the students throughout the year. Teacher training program. Our committed staff of teachers are undergoing a process of continuous development by undertaking a number of training sessions on different portals of CBSE. Eager to accept the challenges of teaching in an online mode, the teachers had quickly learned the different online teaching methods and ways of keeping students actively involved in a virtual mode. Then the various CBSE duties given to the staff, to me and the staff of Blossom School. The duties by CBSE regarding board exams are being carried out by the teachers and principal of Blossoms. I was selected as a flying squad at St. Xavier School, Kandagiri, and KV2 and Times Gurukul for Term 1 exam. I was also selected for an observer duty at KV1 for 2 days in the Term 2 exams, and also in KV1 for Term 1 once again as an observer I was selected. Then evaluation duty at DM School for compartmental exam by Truptimai Das ma'am. Sport evaluation duty at BJM School for Term 2 by Alka Priyadashni ma'am. Evaluation duty at ODM School Sishu VR for Term 2 by Truptimai ma'am. Comparison work at CBSE Regional Office for Term 2 by Sarmishta Panda ma'am and Shakuntala Panda ma'am. Most of the TGTs of our school had been assigned the invigilation and valuation duties in Term 1 and Term 2, time to time at different schools by CBSE. The school magazine, the annual school magazine Glimpses 2021 was released, and today the annual souvenir for the year 2022, Glimpses 2022, will be released by our Honorable Chief Guest. The prospective plan for 2022-2023. Our school is presently a CBSE affiliated secondary school. Following are our prospective plans for the academic year 2022-2023. Upgrade to senior secondary level, addition of 3 labs, physics, chemistry and biology in addition to the computer lab, construction of the second floor for the senior secondary classes, here for facilitating students transportation to faraway places, improvisation of the kindergarten section by preparing a plan for the activity area. So I would like to conclude by saying that the academic year 2021-2022 had been a blend of both online and offline teaching. Even though our students were learning through online mode and then for a few months through offline mode, top priority was always given to academic performances. Unit tests, assignments, project work, art integrated activities, remedial teaching along with many other development activities kept them busy throughout the year. Words are inadequate to express to each and every one of you. We wish to express our most sincere gratitude and heartfelt thanks to all those who have contributed their bit to making of this glorious institution. Since inception, we have been blessed with visionary leaders whose imagination, insight and courage called forth the best in teachers and students alike and united them around a shared sense of purpose. Our thanks are due in no small measures to them. Thanks to our guide and mentor, founder manager sir and founder director ma'am, for all that is happening now. Let me conclude this annual report with an inspiring quote from William Shakespeare. Time is very slow for those who wait, very fast for those who are scared, very long for those who lament, very short for those who celebrate, but for those who love, time is eternal. Thank you.
For bringing out all our achievements, highlighting our achievements and our work throughout the year. Thanks again, ma'am, for the presentation. A nice presentation indeed. Now, to run this institute of this magnitude, we need a dynamic leadership with a clear vision. Our founder manager, sir. Our founder manager, sir, Mr. Toraj Mogbelpur. Mr. Toraj Mogbelpur, an administrator with over 3 decades of experience working with teachers, school management and administration. As a founder manager of Blossom School, Bhubaneswar, he has accomplished the establishment of one of the ideal schools in the city, which focuses on character building and holistic education of the young generation. As a peace educator, several workshops and training programs on peace education for teachers, youth, parents as well as educators. Being a member of Baha'i community, he has his own service activities which take care of conducting children moral classes, junior youth empowerment program, study circles, conducting devotional gatherings, holding classes on spiritual and moral discourses. He has widely traveled to several countries and has a global outlook. Strict administrator who believes in perfection in every work. May I now request our founder manager, sir, to address us.
I promise my talk is very short, not less than 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes. Respected chief guest, Mr. Sangram Kishri Mahapatra, members of the school managing committee, dignitaries present in this August gathering, dear parents and well-wishers, one and all. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, dear parents, for entrusting your work to Blossom School to be educated in the utmost care and with openness of mind and spirit. I find this opportunity to let you know about the ongoing expansion project of Blossom School. We are ready to embark on yet another milestone of academic development by starting the class 11 in coming year, which will be followed by class 12 the year after. The building expanded and the faculty is already set to move on with the qualitative approach expected from Blossom School. The cooperation and mutual support of dear parents is the strongest motivation behind every endeavor that we undertake. We are ever grateful to the blessings of the Almighty for all His bestowals and bounties. My appreciation and acknowledgement goes to the sincere endeavors of the team behind the success of Blossom School. Looking forward to more involvement and cooperation from the parents and the aspirant educators to make the mission of education a reality. Thank you and have a nice time. Thank you very much.
The lady with the sweetest smile, our dear founder director ma'am, Mrs. Nadia Mogbelpur. Mrs. Mogbelpur is an educational psychologist, Utkal University in the batch of 1982-84 with over 3 decades of experience working with children of different age groups. As a founder director of Blossom School Bhubaneswar, she has accomplished the establishment of one of the ideal schools in the city, which focuses on character building and holistic education of our young generation. As a peace educator, she has conducted several workshops and training programs on peace education for teachers, youth, mothers as well as educators. Mrs. Nadia's keen interest in diffusion of knowledge has made her a trainer of the trainers. She is a teacher's trainer and conducts regular teachers training classes at Blossoms. She has also facilitated several workshops and seminars on education, women empowerment, moral capability enhancement, team building and many more. She has widely traveled to several countries and has a global outlook. Presently, Mrs. Nadia is proceeding with PhD research in psychology with Utkal University on the topic of peace education. So I am inviting our director ma'am, Mrs. Nadia Mugbalkar, the lady with the sweetest smile and an ocean of love in her heart. Ma'am, all yours.
Yes, I'm just simply Nadia ma'am, as everyone knows, and it's really an honor to stand here for, I can say, 39th time. So I'm just waiting for next year when we say 40th time. So that's really a great feeling. So I'm really very honored today and very grateful to Mr. Sangram Kishori Mahapatra, who was really very kind and generous in giving his time to us. And really we are looking forward to hear from you. So it's not really fair to speak much because you are here to guide our team, the team of administrators, teachers, parents, educators who all are gathered here today. And also I would like to thank and welcome our school managing committee members, principals of other schools and dignitaries of the dais. And of course, all the parents are so valued to us and they are the real dignitaries of the dais who are sitting there. So I think you all deserve a big round of applause. Yes, that's all for you. Our principal ma'am, Madam Simita Panda, gave you a very elaborate, in the real sense of elaborate report about all the achievements of the school. But I'm sure these achievements could not happen without your cooperation, dear parents. So parents are the strongest pillar behind the achievements of the school. So my heartiest thanks, my gratitude and acknowledgement and appreciation to you all for what all you're doing, right from sending your students to school till following up the instructions given by the teachers, till making your students face the challenges of the school and till the time that you come on the dais and receive the award. All that you do are praiseworthy and all that you do deserves high appreciation. So you are the real aspiration and inspiration behind whatever Blossom School is doing. Talking about the mission of Blossom School after 39 years, and talking about the mission to the people who are already a part of mission is not really fair. So you are, all of you are part of the mission of Blossom School, which is nothing but making a new generation of humanity, taking the civilization forward. We are all working for advancing civilization and you all are part of that. And your dedication for the education of your children are really testimony of what you are doing for taking this civilization forward. You are very well aware of the purpose of Blossom School, which is nothing but a holistic education, nothing but character building of each and every child. So this is being done through the several aspects of education, and we are very fortunate that National Education Policy 2020 also give a helping hand, give a support to taking forward this holistic education and the value-based education. So it's really a pride for every parent when their children stand, like we have here Subhashri and Abhishek, they stand in front of you, a gem in real essence, and they are the real people They are the real administrators, they are the real educators, and they are the real heroes, and they are the future builders of our society. So it's really a matter of pride when we have a combination of academic achievement as well as character building. And to me, character building is on a higher level than the academic education. That's true that we also want rank, we also want merit, we also want to stand somewhere in the society, but it would be really light upon light if our children are not only meritorious, are not only having high rank and toppers in academics, but also carry a very balanced character, rather an outstanding character. And that is really what we are proud of. I was just talking to our former principal, Purnima Madam, that really I'm finding such a difference in our children, in our students. We don't have any clashes in the school. We don't have conflicts. We have all heard of conflicts among the adolescents. We have heard about rivalry. We have heard about jealousy among the adolescents. But it's non-existence in Blossom School. Why? It's really something, it's really so encouraging, so heartwarming. And of course, you are giving the best background at home, and the school is really providing the seeds of humanity, the seeds of love, the seeds of fellowship and friendship through whatever they do at the school. So that is how, in the miniature, school as a society in miniature has been able to achieve a balanced community, and the community of students led by the community of teachers, and they are a sample for the world to come and see. So we are all guided by the spiritual teachings, we are all guided by the value and moral teachings, and we are all following certain discipline which is exclusive to Blossom School. Usually I don't speak less than 40 minutes being a teacher, but I think today I'm giving a little discount, so I'm just going to stop it here. But it remains pending when we have a heart-to-heart talk. I always look forward to have a heart-to-heart talk with the teachers. Our office is always open for you, my dear teachers, my dear parents. It's heart-to-heart talk to dear parents, the educators at home, and we are always open to you. You please come forward and we will sit, we'll talk, and we'll find out how we can be better and how we can really produce better human beings to this society which is totally disturbed and perturbed. I just have a quotation to end with, a Baha'i quotation, a quotation from the Baha'i writings, which is saying that the happiness and greatness, the rank and station, the pleasure and peace of an individual have never consisted in his personal wealth, but rather in his excellent character, in his high resolve, in the breadth of his learning, and in his ability to solve difficult problems. And that is what we look forward. That kind of a generation is coming up. Let's wait and watch. Not just wait and watch passively, but be an active participation in this mission of education being carried forward by Blossom School. Thank you all very much for being here tonight. Thank you so much.
I would now like to request our chief guest for the evening, Sri Sangram Kesari Mahapatra, to address us. Let me just give a brief introduction of Sir. A seasoned bureaucrat of the OS cadre and a workaholic by temperament, Sir has scaled to dizzy heights of glory after having climbed successfully the hierarchical ladder. During his various postings in key positions, he has touched the mud, lending it a Midas touch of gold. He was the collector and district magistrate of a very sensitive district like Jagat Singhpur from 2019 to 2021, bringing about many sea changes at Jagat Singhpur and in the industrial belt of Paradip. Subsequently, he was appointed as the collector of Khorda district from 2021 to 2022. Mahapatra sir has rendered a yeoman's job in bringing these two very important districts completely under e-administration, translating the state government's mission under 5T in making Odisha transformed under e-governance. Currently, he has been chosen to steer clear the government's ambitious plans of enterprise in rejuvenating the Odisha school-based quality education system coming under OAVS, Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya Sangathan. May I now request our chief guest for the evening, Sri Sangram Kesari Mahapatra, to address us.
First of all, I'd like to beg apology for the delay of 1 hour almost. I was supposed to arrive at 4 p.m. but I came at exactly as 5 p.m. because I am still unwell and I took medicines and I had 2 programs of today also. So because I gave time to the founder director and founder manager also, so therefore I was compelled to come, and I really beg sorry for being late. And before coming to your school also, I had another meeting with one of our schools that took almost more than 1 hour, and I also went there late because of my ill health. So please excuse me. I do hope that with your generous heart you'll excuse me for my delay and for delay by some or other 1 hour in this program also. With these words, I like to say a few words. Esteemed founder, director, Mrs. Nadia ma'am, esteemed founder, manager, Mr. Toros sir, esteemed principal of Blossom School, Samita ma'am, all the teaching fraternity of Blossom Schools who are present here in my front of the dais, all the parents who are here in this wintry night with your little kids, and the invited guests who are also here, and all other dignitaries who are also present here. I warmly welcome you for this August memorable evening. How many of you heard the Eagle song, California? Please raise your hands, because I cannot see. The lights are actually blinders, I cannot see you. But have you heard a very famous song, Hotel California? I think, yes, only one lady has raised her hand. There's a beautiful line actually today when I was seeing the wonderful performance by the little kids with the theme of SVAVALAMBANA. I could just recollect the beautiful words. In the song, there's a couple of lines like, some days to remember, some days to forget. You can check out at any time, but you can never leave the place. So, like when you come in a hotel, there are some nights to remember, some nights to forget, but you can always check out the hotel. But if that hotel is good, you can never ever leave the place. It remains in your heart. So today is a night, actually it's a night to remember for all of us, for all the guests who are present here, and for me also. So it is a night to remember and night always to forget. And I can never leave the place, though I can go after the meeting. I will always remain here, and Blossom School will always remain in my heart, sir. So I could correlate with that song. I'm really overwhelmed with joy and emotions by seeing the performance of the little kids and children who have performed so well. With just few days of preparation, I know how the parents face the problem of arranging the various costumes, and the pressure by the children, pressure by the teachers, pressure by the principal to come and also attend, and all the parents also make it very difficult to arrange such costumes. So please give a big round of applause for the parents and the children actually who have performed here. And I could also see my childhood days whenever I see the children doing here. All of us have come through this stage. all of us have come through this schooling system, though of various types. Even I am also a father of 2 children. But one thing I must say, besides whatever the teachers teach in the school, it's my personal opinion. Please don't take it otherwise. It is what I have felt and I still carry it to the closest of my heart actually. I make it a point, even when I was collector and at the COVID time, even in Jagatsinghpur and Khordha, even prior to that, even now also when I am the State Project Director of a very prestigious dream project of Honorable Chief Minister, I make it a point to teach at least 1 hour to my child. Whatever may be, however tired I become, even when I come back at 9:30 or 10 p.m., I just sit with my younger son and just check whether he has finished his classes properly, whether he has done his homework, whether he has any doubts on any subject, whether he wants my help in any of the subjects. Because I am still also a voracious reader. I have around 10,000 books in my library, my own library. If I don't read a new book in a day or within 2 days, I feel very awkward. The same habit I have inculcated with my children. I tell them, whichever book you like to read, you just go on reading. Then every month I used to purchase 4 to 5 books with around 2,000 to 2,500, because in the Flipkart and Amazon you get the books with very cheap prices. Then I make it a point that my children finish the books and tell me the summary of the book. One day I purchased the autobiography of Barack Obama. It is called A Promised Land. It is of almost 700 pages. I am such a voracious reader. I finished the book within 2 days. Even at the height of my collectorship at Khordha. And I said to my children, both of my sons, because COVID was there, I told them that you go through the book and tell me what Barack Obama has written about India. So they have to read the entire book. They took 7 days, they took 10 days, then after 15 days, almost 20 days, they finished the book. Then I said whether they have found anything written about India by Barack Obama. They said yes. Then I told to them, just tell me in brief actually what he wanted to tell about India. And are you happy of what he has written about India? Then both of them said, Bapa, we are not happy the way he has mentioned about India. He may be one of the greatest president of the United States, but only 2 pages about India of 700 pages of the book, and mentioning only irrelevant things, what it should have been written. I don't want to comment on those issues, but what I mean to say, that I made them to read the entire book and also go through autobiography of a famous president of our times. Then, just a week ago, my younger son told me that, Papa, so many things are being told about Barack Obama. You made me read about the Promised Land. Everybody praises about Barack Obama. But there is a very good film not directly about Barack Obama, but about the Afghanistan crisis. I would also request all of you to see that. Even I also didn't see it. I learned from my son. The film is called The War Machine and the star cast is Brad Pitt. It is one of the fantastic movies. It shows how a captain who is so hardworking and who wants the welfare of the Afghan people and also wants something good about in the country, but he is not able to connect with the president. It is actually a satire, but if you see the movie you can realize how the film has criticized such an illustrious president where we hardly know anything about it. So this is what I meant to say, this is a process of learning actually. I learned from my teenage son that how a film had also criticized Obama in a very subtle manner and about the Afghan crisis. So many things also we learn from our children. We don't give that much of emphasis, but we also learn from our children. Today's theme, SVAVALAMBANA, is an excellent theme. I don't want to describe further what the dance form was and how it depicted the uniqueness of our country, how it depicted the glorious culture of our country, the beautiful dances, the beautiful festivals, unity in diversity. So the children teaches us even at this age also. When your mind becomes vacant, when your mind becomes sick, you learn from the children. This is what also I have also read in my school days. I belong to a school which is very, very famous actually, Ravensa Collegiate School, as you know, the school which has produced Netaji Subhash Bose, the school which has produced Utkal Gaurav Madhusudan Das, the school which has produced legendary Biju Patnaik, and who's who of Odisha. So in the school actually there is a poem called Daffodils by William Wordsworth. The last stanza I could remember, it was very, I think, there actually this line is written where my mind become vacant. Then after remembering daffodil, he gets a life of bliss when I see the daffodils. So today's Blossom School children were actually daffodils. The school is Blossom, but the children are daffodils. That is why we people all are here. And our pensive and vacant mind is happy because we have seen the daffodils dancing in the premises of the Blossom School. Some of you have said about excellence. Thousands of years ago, even more than that, the famous philosopher Aristotle once said, excellence is a habit. If I do a work in 10 hours, I must make it a habit as an excellence because it's a habit. So we should not feel that something is excellent because it is done overnight. Excellence is always a habit, and I believe this principle of Aristotle from my childhood, and I make my children also to accept excellence as a habit. As you know, there is also a very famous scientist, you might have known his name, Stephen Hawking, who just passed away. He had the motor neuron disease. He couldn't walk, but only his mind was working. He has written an excellent book, my favorite book actually. It is about a brief history of time. It is another fantastic book. Actually, it is only for the student of physics who can understand it. But there also in the last 2 to 3 chapters, he has written about Einstein, Stephen Hawking's famous scientist actually, his favorite. Once Einstein was offered presidency of Israel, after the Second World War, I think the people of Israel wanted that, this was the greatest scientist of our times should also become the president of Israel. Many people have gone to meet him. Many of the heads of states have also requested him. Even the American presidency has also requested Einstein to be the president of Israel. But Einstein had declined the offer. He had told a beautiful sentence. He said that politics is for present, equations are for eternity. So you don't make me a politician. I always look for the equations which are for the eternity. So therefore, the scientists, the academicians, the researchers, they always look for the eternity. They may be successful, they may be the failures. My younger son actually, he was telling me that when I was teaching him biology, so many of the terms like islets of Langerhans, such typical words like cerebellum, cerebrum. So when you teach him, so there are also many scientists' name comes, whether it is Charles Mendel or Watson Crick. So when I ask him the scientist name, he immediately tells, but he says one thing that impressed me like anything. It could be also your children. He said, Papa, the scientist Mendel might have done 30 years of research without getting anything. But suddenly he just developed the process of natural selection. That is why his name in the book. There are 1,000 scientists. There may be lakhs of scientists who have dedicated their lives for the country, for the science, but they couldn't get also anything. Neither their names also comes in the books. But this type of philosophy, this type of thinking should also come in the mind of a child. It is not that they will always become successful. It is not that they will always be toppers. It is not that they will always come off in flying colors. Like I am a father, coincidentally I am a chief guest here. I could be also a parent sitting with you. Just some few hours ago I was also sitting with you. But I made it a point that I must teach my children from their childhood at least a piece of musical instrument. Even the choreographer who was, I think Raja Babu, who was teaching your children, you ask him, my younger son is a fabulous dancer. He was teaching my younger son. And even he was teaching my wife. My wife is a very good Odissi dancer. I make it a point, Indian music is ethereal. It is class apart. Nothing can touch Indian music and dance. And you must make it a point to teach your child a musical instrument mandatorily. The reason is that like anyone can sing, anyone can dance, whether it is good or bad, but one can dance. Like in the marriage you see many are dancing, but they may not be good dancers. But anyone can sing in the bathroom, but they are also not good singers, but they can sing. But nobody can play a musical instrument if they are not being taught and if they are not being practiced for years together. That is why the musical instrument is called Gurur Mukhi Vidya. You require a guru for learning the musical instrument. So once you teach your child a musical instrument, he will have a guru. He will have his respect for a person who is not a teacher to him in his school. He may be a teacher, he may not be his teacher. So that's also in the process. He learns it. I made my elder son to get the National Fellowship of Tabla. Though he is a student of NIT, Mechanical Engineering, but he is an excellent tabla player. My younger son also, Raja Babu was also teaching, he is a fabulous dancer and he is also an excellent guitarist. You can't believe it. Just close your eyes and you will listen that when my young elder son plays tabla, you feel that Zakir Hussain is playing. Something when I am sad or something, I am heartbroken, I just tell him, you play tabla and just listen. He goes on playing it. So this is how, because I am a parent, I am a father, this is my learning. This is what I have learned and this is what I have made my children. And I have made it a point that to be a good human being, they never use any foul words, even in anyone, whoever he may be, with utmost respect to everyone, whether he may be any employee, whether he is maybe a class 4, class 3, maybe a stranger, maybe a cook, or maybe a housemaid. I said them to give your respect to everyone because dignity of labor should be respected at any cost. Whatever may be the job, he or she is doing it. That is how you make your children one of the best citizens of the country, whether they succeed in their life or not. But everyone will look forward them that yes, our country has produced such good human beings. And also, you make them learn the values of our society. I must thank Blossom School founder, director, Nadia ma'am and your principal that the value system this school is giving is excellent actually. This is my priority. Like you can't believe, you can check also. Whenever my sons stay with me, when they come back, even my younger son now, he is appearing for, he'll be appearing for the medical. Every night before they go to bed, they touch my feet and my wife's feet before they go to bed. Because they have seen me doing it to my parents, to my father and my mother. Whenever I go to bed, I touch my parents' feet, then I go to bed. So I have not told my sons to do what I am doing it, but it is a process of learning. When your children see that you are paying such respect to your parents, they will do it by so motto. Blessed, and you all should be blessed also. And I would conclude my speech. There is a famous film by Rajesh Khanna, it is called Dag. There is a very famous dialogue that he had made. इज्जतें चाहते नफरतें उल्फतें, इज्जतें चाहते उल्फतें नफरतें, ये सब चीज़ दुनिया में नहीं रहती. इज्जतें शोहरतें नफरतें चाहते, ये सब चीज़ दुनिया में नहीं रहती. आज मैं जहाँ हूँ काल कोई और था. ये भी एक दौर है, वो भी एक दौर था. So you see me here. Yesterday someone was here in this dais. Someone will be coming in the next year standing in the dais. ये भी एक दौर है, वो भी एक दौर था. काल जो गुमनाम है, काल जो अनजान है, काल जो सुनसान है, उसके लिए, मेरे लिए कुछ प्यार बचा के रखो, यार कुछ प्यार बचा के रखो. थैंक यू. गुड नाइट. वंदे उत्कल जननी. थैंक यू.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Dr. Suganti Sahu is the Mother Queen and she is being felicitated by our Chief Guest. Congratulations, Salitirtha. Shravani Senapati. Congratulations, Ansita. Congratulations, dear mother grade Mrs. Smaranika Mon. Samal, represented by Swaroop Samal. Congratulations, Swaroop. And they are the source of inspiration for the next graders.